Axel brought me here to eat ice cream on my first day with the organization. And then, after my first mission, he got me ice cream again, said it was icing on the cake.
But what if it wasn't HD?
Axel brought me here to eat ice cream on my first day with the organization.
Wow. Amazing. So back in 2009, when the world was a much better place, Square Enix decided to make a brand new Kingdom Hearts game on the Nintendo DS, if you couldn't tell. No, this isn't my PC struggling to render the image. This is how it looked like back in the day. And people actually enjoyed it? But Square Enix thought, hey, you know, let's bundle all the games together, except Kingdom Hearts 3 to the other bundle, for $30 Australian. That's like $1 American. He made an economics joke. But I think for fear of rioting in the streets from new fans having to play this, they went and made it a 3-hour cutscene movie featuring, whoa, new HD graphics! Well, at least it animates better than the cutscenes in Memory of Melody.
Riku!
Oh, Kairi, you woke up.
I see Riku understands what social distancing is, huh? So yeah, I mean, you can watch the cutscenes of this game on the compilation, but you can also spend all your money on yogurt. That doesn't mean you should do it. Oh my god! Because I actually wanted to play the game myself, this one here doesn't have any gameplay. Nope, only the cutscenes scattered through some riveting bits of dialogue. Whoa, it's like I'm reading a book! Actually, that doesn't sound fun at all, and I read a lot. It's not fun. So Kingdom Hearts' perfectly marketable name, over 2 days. Yes, because I'm sure Katie here is gonna walk into the store and beg her single mother to buy this game, and not instead, oh, I don't know, Style Boutique for the 3DS? I don't even know what this joke is anymore. And this game takes place between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, meaning you'll have to have played them both to understand what's going on. Also, Chain of Memories.
You are just a baby.
I mean, you don't have to, but then how will lines like this make any sense?
Roxas!
Roxas!
Roxas! Roxas!
And yes, the biggest reason I really wanted to play it was because it's a game all about Roxas. And not 1/10 of a game like the big cousin here. It focuses on his time in the organization and how he got to be how he is. Why is he so precious? So the plot of this one takes place over 358 days and is mission based, meaning you start in this tiny room talking to people who hate your guts. If lucky, they might give you an item before you head on over and talk to Sayax, the blue bimbo, who hands out the mission. Now the only ones you have to complete to progress the story have a key icon. How fitting. But the others give you extra goodies. So let's try one, shall we? Let's talk about this, please. So being on the DS, the graphics, well... What is this? I guess it's more noticeable since you're used to these cutscenes, and you kinda think they've been demade into this. It's just so crusty looking. It's like taking a well-loved TV show and compressing it down further than it needs to be. This isn't real, by the way. I don't even know why I spent time making this. So Sayax tells Roxas, as the only Keyblade wielder in the group, he must defeat Heartless and scoop up their hearts to turn into Kingdom Hearts. Hearts!
There.
Yep, that sure is Kingdom Hearts. And most missions for a good while involve, let's say, go to Twilight Town, defeat Heartless, find a new boss one, do Luxord's taxes, investigate the town, all with the other Organization 13 members. Finish Kingdom Hearts? The first hour of the game details the combat with some tutorials, and for a DS game, it's surprisingly good, except the D-pad, I'll get to that. So you have the jump and mash button to attack, while also pressing X to open the menu for items and magic. And the crazy new thing about the game is the panel system, where your abilities are blocks that you must fit onto this board. So say if you want to dodge roll, you have to equip it here. Otherwise, Roxas just stands there taking it like a boy who doesn't know where he is. This allows for customization, say if you don't want to level up, you can just ignore the level blocks, or if you want to bring fire, you can. well, it's pretty pitiful in design. Now, the weird thing, I guess, is that the stuff like the magic, it's limited, meaning if you have 2 fire slots used, you only get to fireball twice. That's it. But it does reset when you return back to base. Think of it like you're using the panels to prep before a mission, and it's used on that mission before giving you back most things, except for like potions and ethers. Now for gameplay, well, you can lock onto enemies by double tapping the R button. Yeah, Nomura, you're crazy. And for the first bit of the game, you can't rotate the camera. It auto rotates, and to turn it manually, you have to press A button to then spin the camera, then press it again to go out of the camera mode. I can't stress how for a hack and slash game, this is terrifying. But thankfully after like an hour you can change it to an alternate where L and R rotate the camera, which I don't know why this wasn't the default in the first place. Now I gotta say I don't really have ways to record the games on the DS, so this is emulated, meaning I got to use my Xbox controller for this. Have I mentioned how much the D-pad on the Xbox controller sucks? Well, it sucks. Hence the D-pad in this game sucks. I know I could have changed the settings to match the control stick, but I wanted that authentic DS experience, gosh darn it. But I'm not sure if that was a good thing. All in all, the controls are bearable and take a while to get used to, but they work, and yeah, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts on the DS. But not actually the DS, yay! So the game mostly at the start takes place in Twilight Town, where Roxas must slowly clear out the Heartless before moving on to worlds like Agrabah and the Beast Castle. Yes, they are the same worlds you know from before. Yes, they have been shrunk down. Yes, that's kind of amazing if you think about it. Coupled with the music also sounding more chiptune, it adds this nostalgic and kind of adorable feel to the game. Like, no, they managed to squeeze all this onto the DS. Even though they had to take some shortcuts. Now, since Roxas was just kinda born, I'm not explaining the lore behind that, okay? But as someone without a heart, no seriously, I'm not explaining the Kingdom Hearts lore. He's like a zombie at the start of the game with no emotion. But he meets Axel.
I'm Cyax.
Who is the only one really friendly to him, and so Roxas slowly begins to talk and question things, and I thought it was very well done, given what it had to do by filling in the gaps between these 3 games. Roxas also fills in a diary of his journey every day. And let's see one entry, well, here we go. Dear diary, I ate some ice cream. That was my whole day. Yeah, good thing this is a private diary that no one is reading. The ice cream. So, a habit Axel and Roxas get into is that after every single mission, they both return to the clock tower and eat sea salt ice cream. Which makes the sound of an ice block, or is that an Australian thing? Look, when I hear ice cream, I don't expect any crunch, but look at them go munching away. Maybe that's the salt, I don't know. It looks like the ice blocks you get here, but oh boy, you gotta enjoy that lactose-rich sea salt ice cream. Disclaimer, RamZaes hasn't eaten ice cream in over a year, so he might be suffering from withdrawal. And also, how many days are they buying ice cream? Too many. But isn't it odd to the vendor that these dudes wearing robes buy the same thing every single day? Then again, there's no one in this frickin' town, so maybe they're the only customers. Now after all this, you learn that the Organization 13 have a new member, making them 14 people, which kinda means that they're Organization 14, and it's Xion, who I actually stupidly thought was spelled S-H-I-O-N, but oh silly me, this is the game series where everyone is named with an X. Narutopedia, future telling, more. But yeah, Xion is pretty funny with Roxas. Actually, you know, the whole writing of this game is kind of great when legible, and way more better than the summary cutscene, which, you know, just summarizes things instead of having people explain stuff to Roxas because he's an idiot, our lovable idiot. So then Xion eventually joins up with Axel and Roxas upon the dangerous clock tower, eating ice cream every day, which really can't be good for you. What am I doing? I'm nitpicking a game where a mouse is the most powerful person in the world. Almost like our world. Anyway, the story for the most part after the tutorial is go to the world to investigate, with Xion being the other party member. And well, the big dudes have weapons, but she doesn't, meaning she has to use magic to help you out. Xion, you're meant to burn the enemies, not yourself! And you wander the areas and meet the inhabitants. So yeah, if you ever wanted Roxas and Xion to see the genie from Aladdin, here you go. Sleep tight. However, all this with the cleaning up of the Heartless can be repetitive, going back to the same few worlds over and over again. I mean, it does cut down the gameplay segments, because I guess Square Enix thought most people will play the DS on the train to school or work, so longer missions through a world would kinda get annoying like that. So it makes sense, but I still kinda don't enjoy it. Now, other mechanics include holo missions, where you can replay old missions or specific challenges for rewards. I'm a dungeon with my life! And you can use this extra currency at the Moogle shop. He's so cute. So yeah, you can buy more panels to stack on Roxas, and completing the story missions opens up even more panels, so you aren't going to just spend the whole game rearranging everything here. Oh yeah, and did I forget to mention it's on the DS? So you have a bottom screen, which made it annoying to capture footage for, let me tell you. During gameplay, it's a mini-map while also showing you an objective bar, like this is how many Heartless you have to kill, or how many if you want to be a good little organization minion, but it's not really used that often, apart from whenever Sora decides to jump scare you. Oh no! Well, that was Kingdom. Wait, hang on. Is that Pete? And his fat ass. Okay, this is just a weird thing, but why, oh why does this game have a stealth mechanic? Yeah, so with Pete and this clock thing,
A walking clock?
you have to avoid their field of view while keeping an eye on them. How does he not see us? And with the horrible D-pad controls, it was actually not too bad, but I could see it going bad, but it wasn't. I only died once, so I'm not really complaining, but anyway, Kingdom Hearts named too long, so here it is on screen, although saying that instead would be the same length as saying 358. A game that was made to work on a system that really shouldn't have hack and slash games, but it did. We have to live with that decision for the rest of our lives now. But I mean, you don't really need to play it if you just want the story, because it got the good old HD cutscenes here.
What were you like before you were a nobody?
Oh, you know, a YouTuber. But if you like the novelty of the game, it's not bad. I actually started to enjoy it later on, when my thumb wasn't hurting from using the D-pad. It actually helped me finally understand why people love Xion so much, because her banter with Roxas was great. Now, if you'll excuse me, Roxas here is gonna whack some Heartless with his dual-wielding keyblades. Roxas, that's a stick. I see. Well, it gets the job done. Why did you not let me finish him off?
Trojan, RamZaes, Magnum, Sheik.
Call me.